and can I start? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. ભાઈ હમણાં જ મુંબાસા ખાતે મયત થયું છે અને મને લાગે છે કાલે ઇન્શાલ્લાહ દફનાવશે મુસ્તફાભાઈ હુસૈન કરમાલી. આપણા મુંબાસાના અગાઉ રહેવાસી હતા, પછી માઇગ્રેટ થઈ ગયા હતા અને હમણાં ગુજરી ગયા અને મયત અહીંયા લઈ આવ્યા છે. અને મને લાગે છે ત્યાં સુધી કાલે સવારના મયત દફન ક્રિયા કરવામાં આવશે. તો ભાઈ આપણે બધા ભેગા થઈને મરહૂમમાંથી દુઆ કરીએ કે મરહૂમની પહેલી રાત કબરની આસાનીથી નીકળે, મૌલા અલીની મદદ કરે અને આ ગુનાહ બક્ષી દે. તો ભાઈ સૂરતુલ મુબારકતુલ ફાતિહા. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed with a big team led by Mr. Harrison to come and give us knowledge about Huduma Centre. It is funny, and Kenya is a funny country, and I will prove to it. And I have been telling my guys, sorry sir, we are running the show for 27 years continuous. Every Friday we meet here. We are the senior citizens. And some are junior citizens, but they will also become senior citizens. So getting the feel of senior citizen. So, I have always been telling that I like Kenya. Why? We in Kenya do not have to go and ask for services. We do not go to the government offices and say, please do this. Here is government. 4, 6, 7 senior guys from Huduma Centre is here. They have come to help us, to guide us, to be nice to us. So let us take their advantage. Huduma Centre is become a very important centre, and my humble advice to you is anyone who does not have a Huduma card, he should immediately take it. The advantage is he will say, he will understand. If time permits, we will allow 2, 3, 4 questions. So with all humility and modesty, sir, the platform is yours.
Thank you, Chair. I'm not sure the best position to stand here. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Lidina and the office for inviting Huduma Centre Mombasa in a very special way to come and have a very wonderful meeting with the senior citizens. I love being around the senior people because there's a lot of wisdom oozing from them. There is a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of guidance, and there's a lot of blessings from the senior citizens, and there's a lot of mentorship coming from the senior citizens. My name is Harrison Yogo. Harrison Yogo is the center manager, Huduma Centre Mombasa. I've come with the team from Huduma Centre. This is my deputy center manager, Mr. Onesimus Makalo. We have Anthony Farrar is the one in charge of all the cyber services. The e-citizen services is one of the gentlemen in the old Mombasa who understands the e-citizen services around Huduma Centre Mombasa. Then you have Mr. Titus. Mr. Titus works with the good conduct. Whenever you want the police clearance, Mr. Titus is the one. Then we have Mr. Njogu. Mr. Njogu works with the NTSA, the driving license, the logbooks. Whenever you have issues with the driving license and logbook, we'll see Mr. Njogu. Then we have Mr. Simon Mkala, is the one in charge of the pensions. The pension for the senior citizens in the country is the one in charge of the pensions. And also, Simon Mkala is also our liaison officer with our various stakeholders. This meeting, we hold it in his office that we undertake this. Then finally, we have Mr. Matano. Mr. Matano is in charge of birth certificates and death certificates. Thank you. I will try and be as brief as possible. First, I would like to give us a brief history why Huduma Centre or why Huduma Kenya. Huduma Kenya program or Huduma Centre program exists mainly to transform public service delivery, to ensure that it is efficient, it is effective, it is very accessible and citizen-centric under a one-stop shop. In other words, Huduma Centre is supermarket ya government services. When you go into a supermarket, you will pick all the products you need under one roof, and you pay at one point. That is the definition of Huduma Centre. It's a supermarket for government services. Now, we serve everybody in Huduma Centre, and there is a special category of citizens that come to Huduma Centre that we always give special consideration. Number one are the senior citizen, very elderly. Whenever we see any elderly person walking to Huduma Centre, we will serve him or her very fast and give him or her first priority. We also have expectant ladies or women or mothers. Anyone who expectant, whenever we have seen you, and know sometimes they are expectant, but some we are not able to see. But whenever they come and tell us, I am expectant, we serve her very fast. Any lady carrying a small baby, we serve her very fast and go. If you are unwell, and we notice you, and if we don't notice you and you come and explain to us, I am unwell, I'd like to have a doctor's appointment at whichever hospital, and you're in a hurry, we will assist you. If you are just about to catch your flight to India, to Nairobi, and any part of the world, and your timing is likely to be ish, you just come and explain to us, and we will assist you very fast. Those are the special categories, and those of us who are also abled differently. Those of us who are able differently, we also give them first priority during our services. Now, we have over 28 services, government services. I just came up with a few representatives, but I will list to you at some point all the services that we have at Huduma Centre Mombasa. We operate from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We understand that the citizens of this country are hardworking, and therefore most of the time they report to their business places or workplaces from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Therefore, Huduma Centre opens at 7 a.m. to allow you access other services before you report to work or before you report to your areas of businesses. Now, after 5 p.m., we are also still open, so that after you have closed your businesses or after you've closed workplaces, you are able to come and access government services. This is enabled to increase accessibility. Like I said, the mandate of Huduma Kenya and Huduma Centre is to transform public service delivery. Make sure it is very efficient, very effective, you take the shortest time at the minimum cost, and it is citizen-centric. In other words, there is human dignity. Those of us who are my age mates like Chair here, those days in government offices, most of them didn't have chairs to sit as you wait to be served. But when you come to Huduma Centre Mombasa, you will get a very wonderful seat. There is a tiled floor, and you will be served with a smiling service provider. And the environment is very friendly and very conducive for each one of us. Now, another program on how we also offer our services is through Huduma Mashinani. Huduma Mashinani, now, in Mombasa, we only have one Huduma Centre in the whole Mombasa County. And this Huduma Centre also serves all the four counties. Lamu, we also serve Kilifi, we also serve Tana River. They usually come here. We serve 2,400 every day. The moment I wake up and I'm at Huduma Centre, I report at 6:30 in the morning, I am sure I will see 2,400 citizens coming to seek Huduma services. Now, the reason why we have Huduma Mashinani, it's a Kiswahili word that means at the ground. That means we take our services from the center and bring them closer to wananchi, closer to the citizens in unreached areas. We have done a mini Mashinani when Mr. Lidina invited us some time back. We brought in, it was ID services, there was NHIF, there was NTSA services. We bring them closer to you, so that instead of walking a long way, we bring those services closer to you. And in future, if organized again, we are always, Senior Chairman, we are always willing to coordinate through Mr. Lidina and the office that we bring more services closer depending on the needs that we may have. And to contact other Huduma Mashinani, we also partner with other stakeholders like you, so that we take these services closer to wananchi, so that the citizens are able to receive these services closer. I will mention about the partnership we have had with this community. And we appreciate really that every Friday, I can't always wait to reach Friday because there is a very sweet bread that Mr. Lidina and the team has always organized. Every day I have 133 customers, no, 133 staff. And every Friday we have never missed. Mr. Lidina has always organized, there's always bread. I know there are other people also who are involved in the bread, you know, putting in a few resources. But Mr. Lidina always ensures that there is bread at Huduma Centre Mombasa every Friday. And every Friday, I know instead of using my 50 shillings for my tea break, I know there's some hot bread. Very nice. It comes in a block format. It reminds me of my high school days. And we enjoy that bread. You know, at Huduma, we work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and there is no break. Whenever you come to Huduma, you won't find that there is no one at the desk. We are always seated there to serve you. This was never before, during the olden days in the government services, those days. You go to between 1 and 2 p.m., you will find nobody in the office. You'll be told people have gone for what? For lunch. But when you come to Huduma Centre, there is no lunch, there is no tea break, because there is a wonderful team ready and willing to serve you throughout. That's why we say our work is to increase accessibility of government services. We also appreciate that we have always partnered with this team in Customer Service Week. Every day we reach out to Mr. Lidina and the rest of the team. They always hold our hands. Like next week, we are going to have a Customer Service Week. And I still know that Mr. Lidina and the team will still hold our hands. We already received from contribution from Milliglass. Yes, we already received for the Customer Service Week on the same. Like I said, we've done NHIF sensitization and services and ID and also driving license in 2022, and we are willing to continue partnering with you to ensure that the services are brought closer to you. Now, I want to mention in the next 7 minutes the services we offer at Huduma, so that we all know when we live here, you don't have to be worried about if you lose an ID, you are able to get it from Huduma. Now, we offer ID. When you lose your ID, or it is old, or you want to replace it, please come to Huduma Centre Mombasa. We will assist you very fast. And beginning next week, previously, we were not able to register new registration. Those who have just are at 18 years of age, we will send them to be Matawas, but from next week, persons not previously registered, we are able to now start registering because we have the machines. They'll be coming from next week. I've mentioned about birth certificate. Birth certificate is a very important document that each one of us must have or should have, as well as the ID. Because whenever you want to apply for passport, what will happen? You will need the birth certificate for you to apply for your passport. Currently, the cost of applying ID is 1,000, and for birth certificates is 250. If it is current, if it was old and you need to replace 500, and if there is an amendment, there's a change of name, you'll need to, it's 1,000 shillings. Now, we also have death certificates. Now, most of Kenyans have not realized that death certificate is very important. It's a very important document a very important document. You will need it when applying for passport. You will need it in case of estate distribution. In case of the certain cases, you will need that death certificate. It's a very important document. We also have AGPO. AGPO is access to government procurement fund. Those of us who have companies and you want to do tender with the government, that's a document that is required that that company needs to have if that company is associated with a youth or someone who is able differently or is associated with women. It's important that you have that AGPO certificate because it's a requirement by the government of Kenya. We also have registration of groups. If you want to register a welfare group, a CBO, community-based organization, we also do this registration at Huduma Centre, Mombasa. I'm not sure if you have been registered. Have you registered this group? Maybe in future you might want to consider doing the registration. We also have business registration. You want to register for a sole proprietorship company. When you come to Huduma Centre, we assist to register that particular business. When you want to register a company, a limited company, we'll also assist you register. I know the Asians are very good in businesses. So business registration, limited company, when you come to Huduma Centre Mombasa, we're able to assist you do that particular registration very, very fast. Whenever you want your business permits from the county business permits, we also have a desk at the Huduma Centre Mombasa that deals with business registration and business permits. We also have the good conduct, the police clearance. If those of us maybe want to travel or you want to apply for a job and they need the police clearance, please come to Huduma Centre Mombasa and you will receive that particular service. Those of us who are owners of businesses and companies and you need to register your employees or staff for NSSF, we do NSSF registration. If you have not done so, please see us, come to Huduma Centre Mombasa, and you will be guided on how that can be done. Kenya Revenue Authority. As business people, at the end of the day, we will need to file returns, either for our businesses or for our companies, or you might need to have a PIN certificate for yourself. We also offer KRA services. You may visit Huduma Centre Mombasa or one of these fine days. If there is a strong need for KRA services, we will be able to bring them for such particular needs. I know at the KRA service, you will need tax compliance, tax exemption, data correction, and filing of the returns. We will also assist you. We also have HELB. Those of us who have children who use Higher Education Loans Board. We also encourage the youths to come and apply for this loan so that they're able to educate themselves. They're able to educate themselves because the government provides for the same. We also have Kenya Power Services. How many of us don't have Kenya Power and lighting in their homes? We have Kenya Power Services in our desk and in Huduma Centre. In case you want to close an account, could be you used to be in a particular home and now you have migrated to you've built a new home. You want to sell the previous home or house, and you want to close that particular KPLC account. You are able to come to Huduma Centre Mombasa and we are able to assist you in terms of Kenya Power. Or if you want to do registration for electricity, please come. We're able to assist you, plus many others. I've also mentioned about the pensions. Those of us who have worked with the government or have a pension and need their pension to be processed, we also have a desk in Huduma Centre Mombasa for that particular service on pension. Now, KSNEB is Kenya Accounts Secretary National Examination Board. Most of my Asian friends are accountants. I remember when I was in, I schooled in Kisumu. And in Kisumu, I had most of my desk mates I schooled in an Asian community school. It's called Zaverian Primary School. And I remember some of my classmates were Asian, and they loved maths. But I will beat them in maths. So they were very close to me. I will beat them. And I feared the Asians in maths because they were so interested in the figures. So now, we also offer, for those of us who want to go to school for accounts and the rest, we have a KSIJ desk that offers examination on accounts, professionals. So we have that service. You don't have to travel to Nairobi. We have a desk there to register for your examination, any inquiry, you will be super home and dry. Then we also have other county government services. We have a small health desk that you can come and check your weight, your blood pressure, your height. If you have forgotten your height, we remind you your height. And the health desk also assists us in case of any emergency. Like I said, we serve 2,400 every day. And every day we meet emergencies come. So we have a very small health desk at Huduma Centre Mombasa that assists in case of any emergency that requires any health intervention or medical intervention. We have a health desk at Mombasa. So whenever at Huduma Centre, so whenever you come at Huduma Centre Mombasa, in case of anything, we'll be able to even refer you to the highest level of hospital. We have a service desk that will assist you on the same. We also have a desk on a service on voluntary HIV testing. If you come to Huduma Centre Mombasa, we are able to, we have a desk, a service where you are able to test for your status. You are able to test for your status and know your status on the same. I also know that another area that will interest this team is National Construction Authority. We have a desk on that. As a business team I know you're also interested in construction. Anytime you need your National Construction Authority services, please come to Huduma Centre Mombasa. In case of clearance, or you have a team of fundis or artisans that need certificates, please visit Huduma Centre Mombasa. You will get the National Construction Authority services. In case of registration of construction projects and any resolution of public complaints, please come to Huduma Centre Mombasa. We'll be able to assist you on those services. Another area is Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services. This one deals with those of us who want to export plants and animal products. Come to Huduma Centre Mombasa. There will be issuance of, we'll guide you on the certificates that are needed for you to import or for you to export those products. If you are a farmer or if you deal with such kind of products, we'll be able to assist to get the certificates so that you are able to export your products and get more money. And finally, we have registration of Kenya University and College Central Placement. For any student to do the Kenyan curriculum at higher level of education or tertiary level, the placement board is one. So you can come to Huduma Centre Mombasa and you'll be able to receive those services. And most importantly, again, for those of us who are driving, for those of us who have driving license, whenever you need your driving license, you come to Huduma Centre Mombasa for NTSA services. I know that those of us who have companies that deals with big dealers in terms of how we call it, logbooks, they are always fixed at Huduma Centre Mombasa. We don't need to go all the way to Miritini. You just come to Huduma Centre Mombasa and you will get those particular services. Now, also if you need your passport application, we also have that service in Mombasa, in Huduma Centre Mombasa, in terms of the application. But the process the final process ends up at immigration offices at Uhuru na Kazi. But all the processes that needs for filling and filling of the form for the passports, that you get your documents that you will need to go to immigration services, all those you will get at Huduma Centre Mombasa. And that will mark the final end of my presentation. And finally is to you a very special way. Thank you for inviting Huduma Centre Mombasa to come and make this presentation. And we also like to appreciate the collaboration and partnership we have received from the following. We have Jeffa Foundation. Is there representation? Jeffa Foundation? Also, Foundation, yes. Milliglass. We have Abari Insurance. We have Shamako Investors. We have Vulcan Holding. We have Platinum Trading. This team, under the leadership of Mr. Lidina, have always come to support us. I mentioned the bread. A very yummy sweet bread. Every Friday, I know there is a block of bread I will just hold, and tea, gone. Very wonderful bread. So Huduma Centre Mombasa staff really appreciate this sacrifice, the bread. We really need it. And if it can come even on Tuesday, the better. So we appreciate the support you have given us, and we would like to invite more. Those of us who have never known that there is that kind of support that surely Mr. Lidina is coordinating. Please find out from Mr. Lidina how you can always partner with us. And in a very special way, Mr. Lidina, through the chair, next week we have Customer Service Week. And for those of us who have never visited Huduma Centre Mombasa, can we send for you a bus to pick them? So that we can take you around what happens in Huduma Centre Mombasa, so that you are able to see by yourself what takes place in Huduma Centre Mombasa. Thank you so much for listening to me. In case of a question, I'm also here for a few questions because of time.
The most important thing I learned from his lecture is Hussain Alidina supplies bread, beautiful bread. Now it is an order to you, Mr. Hussain Alidina. We seen, Mr. Hussain Alidina, don't avoid the responsibility. Please show that we also get the bread. Otherwise, we'll report to you. Thank you, sir. You are almost a government. You do anything and everything. And we are so humble and so good. We are very happy. Now, gentlemen, time permitting, any questions, any more details you want to know? Would you like to say something, sir? Hello? Would you like to say something? No question. Yes, Sipten.
Two questions. The shift of NHIF to SHIF. I'm told there are problems in the hospitals currently because the NHIF system is closed down and patients are having problem to get their rebate or discount for NHIF. That's number one. And another request is if you can bring the driving test from Miritini to town. Because normally I think anybody undertaking a driving test has to go to Miritini, which is quite far. Thank you.
The Social Health Authority, the transition from NHIF to the SHA, it's currently ongoing. It's a transition, and so far it was from 1st of October. The transition is currently smooth. Just for any day, there's always a toothing problem, but so far it is sustainable, and patients are being referred for the same. So it's already up and running. Yes. And we are going to organize Mr. Lidina. Once we receive the software and everything ready at Huduma Centre Mombasa, we'll organize so that we do a registration for you, like we did for NHIF last time. We will give you a special consideration now that you are senior citizens. We'll organize Mr. Lidina and the chair so that we bring it on board. Concerning the driving test, we have received that, thank you for that particular feedback, and we have already done communication so that a driving test and as an NTSA service is brought closer to Mwananchi, closer to the people, so that we don't move all the way to that other side. So we already made communication to our NTSA team to allow that service to be brought closer. So it is still under consideration, and as soon as it will be considered and we get enough space, we'll be able to inform you for more services. We have also received more services of the number plates. People go all the way to Miritini to get number plates. We have also put that consideration and request to the NTSA so that we can have an office also at Huduma Centre that can serve on, if you've bought a new machine, You are able to receive your number plates from Huduma Centre instead of going all the way to Meritini. Thank you.
Any more questions, sir? I've got a few minutes. Yes, Abbas.
Thank you very much for that very informative speech. I am wiser than I was before. I did not imagine that you provide so many services in that establishment. I thought you were just dealing with the ID cards. So thank you very much for bringing the services to the people of Mombasa. Now, you had very kindly recently brought those ID cards of people who had not collected from your office, and these were distributed here. That was a very kind service. Can that be repeated again? Because there are quite a number of people who have not collected their cards, or the cards came late, or they were unable to collect. If this service can be brought to this place once again. Thank you very much.
Mr. Lidina, if the list is there, plus the waiting cards, we are able to put them all in one basket and we bring them. If the list is there, those who have applied for ID and coming to Huduma Centre is a bit tricky, just provide for us the waiting card, and the authorized person will be able to organize and bring them closer. All we need is to bring, we have something called Huduma Mlangoni. Mlango means door. We bring it to the door. We can always organize and bring it to the door, as long as we know the list of the persons who need those particular ID. We'll bring them closer to you. Thank you, sir.
Sir, before another question, Mr. Abbas Nasser, the one who asked you the question, is the former town clerk of Mombasa Municipal Council. Very senior person in the council, town clerk of, he worked under so many mayors, you know, and he's an asset towards the community. Any more questions, please? Yes, sir.
Hi, thank you so much. Beautiful presentation. One small question but important. The contributions of NHIF, are they the same as SHIF shift, number one? And the services provided under NHIF, are they the same services that will be provided under SHIF, or you have expanded the scope?
Thank you. There's a slight, the contribution is a slight difference depending on the information you shall provide. Each one of us will have a different contribution depending on the information we have provided. So at the end of the day, there's a premium that is calculated independently depending on the information we have provided. Is this information available on the portal? Yes. So as you star 147, it will require you to fill information one by one. We call it the need analysis, the risk analysis on how, like for insurance, the amount for insurance for this building will be different from the other one. So it's been tailor-made for each one of us. Now, the services will even be better. They're going to even be better in terms of the medical services that you're going to receive. They'll even be better and accessibility of the same. Yes, it's the improved version of the NHIF. It's the improved version of the NHIF.
I'm sorry I can't stay in because of my health. But I've heard you, and I thank you very much. That was a very good and very clear. I understood what you said. But what I would like to ask you, I have the original ID, and well, I was an impression that we have to take a Huduma card. That's the second time. So I came to Huduma. I hope you are situated in the same place. GPO, is it? GPO building. All your requirement, our requirement for renewal, you are on that building. I mean, on the ground floor. Okay, that's what I wanted to be clear with. But what I want to know, I'm a bit confused about the IDs. Now, there are places you go with the new ID, Huduma card, then they refuse. I'm talking about recently. And when I present my old card, it is accepted. No, I don't know what we should do. How many IDs are we going to have here? That's what I want to have clear. And if these IDs are old, you know, rejected, if they are all stopped and we are supposed to renew them, then we should be informed officially. And it should be announced publicly because we can hear it on the TV. That sort of information we are not getting. And I don't think most of us know where your office is situated. So please, if you announce it, it would be very helpful. Thank you very much. And my name is Mohammed Amir Ali.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. I'll start. Huduma Centre is at the GPO, the poster. That's where Huduma Centre is. Now, with respect to ID, the current, when you have an old ID, when you come to replace for an ID, you'll get what you call Maisha card. I'm not sure if anyone has carried his Maisha card. It's written Maisha card. So when you have the old one, you will get, this is how it looks like. Do you have this? Yes, it more or less look like, but there is some, yes. Now, I know for those of us who use bank, suppose you had, you went to replace your ID, or you lost ID, and then you came to Huduma Centre to get another ID, and then now you think you have two IDs. Those are not two IDs, because when you go to the bank or to Safaricom, they will want the latest what ID because of the serial number. And Mr. Lin, I think we have solved a few of the same. So it has to be updated in the system so that it's able to work. So whenever you have such issues, please reach out to Huduma Centre Mombasa through Mr. Lidina. We'll able to sort you very fast. Have you have this one?
No, I don't have this one. I have two. One the original.
And the Huduma card. So now the Huduma card, now put aside the Huduma card, now remain with the original ID. And when you want to replace, come to Huduma Centre Mombasa, we'll give you the most recent digital ID called Maisha card. Yes, still valid.
Right, gentlemen, time does not permit us for, last question.
It is for MTCA. The community members are requesting again for your assistance in driving license. Come at our center.
Sir, you will organize, tell us the number and the day, and mostly over the weekend, right? We'll be able to come and serve you to the last man or the last child or the last person. Thank you, sir.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Harrison and the team. God bless you all. Now I have to close the meeting, sir. Before we close, the tradition is that we pray for each other. Today's sponsor is Hasnain Fida Hussein's father in Sawab of late Hussein, Fida Hussein and his mother, you know. So we pray to God for his parents and our parents, those who have deceased who are not with us, and for all of us, for health, wealth, good life, everything, and our relations. We become two twin brothers, Pacha, you know, sort of thing. So with that, the last thing is traditionally Suratul Mubarakatul Fatiha. Now I will request Mr. Alidina. We have a lot about you, Mr. Alidina. We have a session with you, proper session. All questions to be asked, no answers from you. Okay, sir, Hasnain, please. The food is served there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gentlemen. Hello. Come on. Let the guests be served first.